thought Zonseki was very good because based on my previous way of seeing the game, his way of playing seemed completely int to me. But I've been playing some tourney and I've been realizing some things about how to play the game and watching Zonseki again. His decision making makes a lot more sense. So, um, cool. Let me share my screen. Mhm. Right, sure. Yeah, that's fair. I think it kind of depends, but yeah. Yeah, that's fair. It's also, that applies a little bit more on some characters than others. Like if you're playing Julie, there's a lot of situations where it's basically the way I see it, and I'm not the greatest forward player of all time, so I would take Zon or Jack's advice over mine probably. But the way that I see it is if your natural like if the correct position happens to be back there, then you look for kills when your goalie clears because your goalie's going to corner clear, and then the enemy midfielder has to pick it up there because they're like that's where they're playing. They're playing super aggressively, which is what forced you to be back there in the first place, and then you just kill them off the side, and then you get to spread out again.
Yeah,
But
that's a
yeah,
good way.
I could show that in an example if it
Yeah,
happens.
that,
But
that that does line up with something we told me the other day.
cool.
Just like kind of like killing off the edge and all that.
All right, cool. So can you see this? Oh,
Yep,
and
I can see it just fine.
cool.
Yes, yes. Actually, let's see if
Yeah,
we can make that a little
I'll start
bigger.
with this game. I think the uh words are hard. Sorry.
That's
The
okay.
Inkies game is probably has better examples, but I'll start with this because it's a little slower.
Yeah. I'm trying to worry about that.
Here, okay, so
Oh. I'm still getting coffee. All right, there we go. Christmas lights are on. Okay. Right.
cool. All right. So here in this spot, I would go you can't really get this because Ami will just kind of pick it up, right? And this is like okay, I guess, but it doesn't really give us tempo, and aerial snack will just kind of run in and do something. And you can't really pass to me because they'll just collapse on this, right?
Uh huh.
So personally, what I think you're supposed to do is this, and it kind of hovers down like this, and I can run forwards. That's what I'm looking for in this sort of spot.
That makes sense. For
Um,
that's not what I do into the ship. That's fair.
and then here, yeah, instead this happens, which is fine. Here, I think you have to be a little closer to the edge, because if you're standing kind of here, then you can cover this like bounce pass, and you can also move down slightly to cover this. Um, but right now, you're kind of this bounce is completely left open because you're hard committing to
Oh,
the
you're.
direct pass. You
Just,
kind of want to be in between so you can
yeah,
react and cover either one.
that was a good point. Yeah. Oh, I'm already screwing up like 10 seconds into the match. Holy shit.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh man.
It's kind of micro stuff. Um, so then here,
Yeah,
that it ends up going past you, right?
that makes
But
sense.
this is the strike angle I'm hoping for. If you were slightly higher
wanted,
up and
yeah.
you got this pass to me, that's exactly what
I
I'm looking
wanted to
for.
pass to Waddy, but I did this
Yeah,
fucking shitter. Oh, okay.
it's all good. It's just a small positioning
Um.
thing.
Oh no! Oh, Waddy was a pass. I have to. So there's one thing I forgot. The peanut butter's all the way at the bottom of the jar, so I need to actually go get a spoon. Can I go grab it? Real quick?
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna be able to scoop it out with the pretzels, but it's like all the way at the bottom of the fucking shitter. I'll be right back. It'll be
For sure. Take your time. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I have my spoon now. Sorry for the delay. I made an assumption about the peanut butter.
Gotcha.
Now I can get it. Okay.
Yeah, this should have been more like this, or even this, and then I hit
Yeah,
like this while you move forwards.
I'll be real, I just wasn't looking. Like, I feel so stupid, because I remember all these, a lot of these aspects of these games. And oftentimes in this situation, I'm just so focused on hitting the core at all that I'm not thinking too much about the angle, and I default.
Right,
Okay. That angle you're seeing right there is like my default.
Yeah,
angle.
yeah.
I love pointing the fucking stick down, like that.
Yeah.
I hate
I get
pointing
you.
it up. I hate pointing it up. So it's just my default, and I should have just set it up more that way, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, you wanna always be aiming the stick at all times, no
Well,
matter what. And I'd say having a default on a teammate at all times is really, really good on controller.
that would
It's
be a
like that's
good,
the most OP shit that I've ever seen on controller, because you just like you constantly hover like your stick towards a teammate, and like you can look at the indicator or not or whatever,
Nah,
and then you
yeah,
just press the trigger as soon as it happens, and it's so fucking strong.
I need to like practice that with people like you, and like
Mhm.
against the shittier players. Like,
Yeah,
AKA,
for sure.
we should do norms sometime.
Yeah, I'm
And
down.
I
I'm
don't,
also down after this if you want.
and I'll like focus on everything that you're telling me, and I won't even
Cool.
like try to score as much. I'll just try and focus on using more E more.
Hmm. Yeah, I think trying to force goals is against a decent goalie is not going to work. You have to go for passing plays in order to score against a decent goalie.
Yeah. Well, another thing is like it just takes the stress off me. Like if I have that option, I'd love to do it. I'm not, as I said,
Hmm.
I'm not trying to get the most goals. If I get like 3 goals, you get 7. That's great. We won. I don't care.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. It's just hard. I was also not particularly happy with how Ludo was playing, but it's all good.
I mean, whatever. I mean, I wasn't particularly happy that I didn't get to play Rasmus.
So this was great. This was perfect. So I kind of had to goalie and midfield for myself here, so it was a little hard, and win every strike ward in order to do it. But I ended up getting you this pass
Yeah.
that my goalie should have set up for me, but it's all good.
Yeah.
I get the pass, and then you go for a dribble first, which is perfect, and then you go for the score once you have your cooldowns and you're in a position to do so. This is perfect, and this is what you should do every time you receive the midfield pass on defense.
Yeah, I just treat it like Asher. What's his name told me to think of it more like Asher primary, and that's what I've been doing as of late. Also, what the fuck is Luna? Can you explain that? I've never seen what Luna's doing. I don't understand anything.
Oh, it's a controller specific exploit that they like to. Their whole thing is they use the exploit, but they're like not good enough at the game that anyone actually cares, so they just do it for fun.
Yeah, I think it's wild. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. Also, like it affects her taunt too, because like I saw whenever she'd get a goal, she would she'd like spin around. I was like, what the fuck is that? Anyway, I don't know.
Also, I was going to comment on this and say like you should have kept possession here, but this is literally Luna taking the ball from you for fun. So
okay, yeah, no, I wasn't. I know. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, she's flying around. Okay.
So here, this is the right idea. Receiving the ball here and like getting the dribble is perfect. I think that this dribble is a little risky. It kind of gives it, in theory, they can get there first. What you want to do is more of a like kind of this, and then you get there first for free, and then you can go for maybe like corner into secondary.
And more importantly, gives you more time to get behind me, which is good, right?
Yeah. But the idea to dribble here is perfect. Like if you had just shot this at corner, it's not good enough tempo. If you had shot this, well, I guess that's kind of the only thing you can do other than dribble. Yeah. So I think this is in theory good, but if it was slightly farther left, then you just win this for free instead of this having to be a strike four.
I suck on controller. I think that's literally just I misangled. But yeah, you're right. for sure.
All good. Oh, I struck early for fun. Yeah, it didn't matter. Okay, I mean, don't pass to her there. All good. Um,
I'm dead. Yeah, I'm just not aware. I'm just
yeah, I specifically didn't pass to you because I didn't want you to die up here. Because if I passed you, it's a death sentence.
yeah.
So I passed
That's
down
fine. Oh no,
to Billy
I'm
instead.
just being. Look at this. I'm not even aware of
Yeah,
this NATO, and it just kills me.
all good. Um, I don't think that's the right angle for me. I think I needed to send this more like this. I didn't draw it correctly, but
I
oh
like
well.
the angle. I don't know.
It's okay.
It's like pretty good.
Okay, this is a good flip. This needed to be to me. All good. I don't know why I'm VOD reviewing the Luna as well. I'm just kind of showing my
No,
like thought process for
that's
what
fine.
should be happening. That
That's
was
fine.
perfect. That was a great clear. Here,
I
you
dribble.
need to, since we
Oh
need to
yeah, I
spread
should.
out, so you need to either dribble
Yeah, I
up
should have gone up.
or dribble down, and I can pick it up and hit it back to
Yeah.
you at a even slightly at an angle
I
if
swear to
needed.
God, if I don't tilt the stick down, come on, you can do it.
Hmm.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
good.
It should have been more like
Straight down.
this,
Yeah.
ideally,
Yeah.
because they can maybe pick this up before me, possibly, but it's the right idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't quite get there in time. If it was
Yeah,
slightly
that's-
farther back, I get this, and then I send it up to you while you spread out this way.
Yeah. I went for the more aggressive play, but I fucked up the angle. Yeah. Oh well.
It's all good. Basically, the way that you did it was a dribble to yourself instead of a pass to me with the angle that you did.
Yeah, that's.
If it was a pass to me instead, then you can not worry about having to be here to pick it up, and you can be spreading out farther. And then it's way more aggressive. I can then pass it to
That's
you,
just-
and then you can either dribble up here, dribble over here, send it back down to me again as I move forwards. There's so many things we can do, as opposed to this is now you're forcing yourself to take a strike word right here.
No, I agree. Damn. I should if I was just watching you the whole game, more so than I do like the two forwards. I think I would have done that.
What I would recommend is watching everything at the same time.
Yeah.
It takes getting used to, and it's difficult, but you want to be paying attention to this, and this at the same time, as well as seeing the overall field in order to tell when you should dribble and shit.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that and also do micro interactions and strike wars. I guess I don't
Yeah,
know. How do you, what do you do?
it takes getting used to. The thing is, when you
Partially. So okay, this is an important question. How big is your
Yeah,
computer
sure.
monitor, and how far do you stand away from it? I recently upgraded from a 24 to a 27, and I stand about 3 to 4 feet away from it.
Yeah, so I also have a 27.
Yeah.
I am probably actually closer than that. I'm like
Okay.
maybe like a foot
Oh wow.
and a half,
All
foot
right.
and a half away from my monitor.
Okay.
But I'm basically I make sure I used a tunnel vision on the core like all the time, and so I would get like maybe like 6 inches from my screen and just look at the ball. Now at this point, I make sure that I'm like a couple feet away and I can see everything.
Yeah, so I light them 27 inches away from the monitor, not 3 or 4.
Gotcha.
I tape out.
Yeah, I would recommend maybe getting a little closer. I would say get as close as you possibly can while still being able to accurately see everything.
Okay.
Because if you're too close, then everything becomes kind of blurry in your peripheral, right? Honestly, genuinely, the hardest thing that I find for this game is making sure my eyes are constantly focused on everything instead of like my eyes getting unfocused and everything becoming blurry. But that might just be a me issue because my eyes are kind of weird. But yeah. Cool. So, and then here once again, this angle, it just kind of gives it to them. They can just do this.
Yeah.
You could.
I could have gone up. I mean, it's clear space.
Yeah, I would say this is possibly the right play. The thing is, at this point, it's a little rough because Aimi can probably intercept this and maybe get a scoring opportunity, right?
Maybe
if you had dribbled it to me and then spread out this way, I could pass it to you here.
Yeah, actually.
And then if Aimi goes for something, you could like send it down.
Dribbling it backwards towards you probably was the correct play. Yeah.
I agree. I think that.
Yeah.
this
everything else
is
goes
the right
through.
angle, and then I pick it up, and then you go here, and that's because that didn't happen right before this.
Right.
So you get like one more opportunity to do it, and then you hit it to here instead.
I feel like as an exercise, like just keeping control of the core against lower level players would help me out a lot. Like as an exercise, where like I just use you,
Mm-hmm.
and like all I'm trying to do, I'm not even trying to score. I'm just trying to make sure that they never get the core. Because like
100%. I think that would be great practice, and I'm down to do that right after this if you want.
in this situation, right, I'm just trying to do what I would do in a norms game, and I'm trying to just force it through like a low level piece of shit, and that will not work here because
Mm-hmm.
this person will actually react, and obviously
Correct.
I try to do it and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should always assume that your opponents will do the best option.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect setup. They're passing to me, right? You should be maybe spreading out this way,
Go up.
and I think you do in a second. And I'm gonna pass up like this, and then you can go for maybe a dribble. And the reason why I think the up dribble is okay here is because Luna has just passed, right? If they're good, they're gonna start moving up after this because they recognize, okay, I no longer have the ball. They're gonna go for this pass, and therefore I can kind of walk up here to cover this. Um, So, okay, well, they glitch pop it. So, never mind. Oh, perfect. Once again, I'm going to look to pass to you, and then you have a perfect shot at this right now, and then you can run in.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay.
Whoops.
So, I have a tendency to aim at the angle I think is slightly more correct, even if you're not quite there.
Yeah.
I kind of expected you to move up
Yeah,
instead of moving like this.
Well, I screwed up. I should have gone up. Yeah, going up, it gets me further away from all three players, more so.
Mhm.
Thus gives me more options. But
Mhm.
instead, I was just inclined to move forward rather than up. So I need to start thinking about that because you passed it right to the middle of the triangle, and that's something
Right.
I wasn't picking up on. Yep,
Yeah.
literally like perfectly in the middle of the triangle. A perfect pass.
Yeah.
It's just I wasn't thinking about it. I need to think about what you're thinking about more often.
Yeah, all good. And then here, a pass would be perfect.
I
If
agree.
you
Wow,
if you go for this, it's also okay because it at least forces them to go back, and I can maybe run and core flip or something.
Yeah.
So your options are either this
This
or this, and then I pick it up, flip it in.
yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, that was stupid. Dang.
And then I grief, but then I score.
That didn't matter.
Yeah, but this is a situation where it's like, okay, cool. We're
Yeah.
both on offense. We're vertical with each other. We need to play off of each other because if you aim at net from this distance, if you aim right here,
Yeah, it's not
they
gonna
literally just casually stroll over here and then
right.
get it.
That's not working.
And if you aim here, they just walk up and get it out. So yeah, you wanna play with me, and I will because I have core flip, I get there first. I'm also looking to get there first as well. Anytime you have the ball here, I'm gonna be sprinting to like here ideally if they let me, but if not, then like here.
Yeah.
And then here, even if you would maybe hit this like back a little bit, like this,
Yeah.
I could have ran in here while you then moved down, and then we could have looked for something like this and then in.
Yeah.
We on offense we have to play with each other,
Yeah.
especially because it's a 2v2. There's no way to score by yourself against them in this formation.
So I guess my issues aren't even character specific. It was just I wasn't playing the game properly.
Yeah, it's strike fundamentals is the main thing. I think you're maybe thinking too much about the character when you should be focusing on the most OP ability in the game, which is strike, and then you use your abilities when it's like free obvious. This 100% puts it in the net.
Yeah.
Like you want to use your abilities as confirms. The more you watch high level play, you'll see it's 99% strike, and then they'll save their abilities for when they're like in a 1v1 in front of the enemy net, and then they just do like a checkmate that 100% wins it.
I didn't realize realize that it was that common. I guess I haven't really actually watched like high level stuff yet. I guess maybe I should.
Gotcha. Yeah, I highly recommend watching
Go a little further
top
forward.
level Omega Strikers, and I would watch recent top level Omega Strikers because players are getting better and better as the game goes and as yeah, as time goes on. So I wouldn't watch older stuff because older Omega Strikers is all just shoving the ball forwards. More recent Omega Strikers, now that Sad Boys Demons Raw aren't the two best teams anymore, it's a lot more passing plays.
I see.
It's a lot more deliberate.
That was great.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I would have maybe cornered that. So this is perfect. And then this was good awareness, recognizing, okay, they got the speed, Ami gets there first. Backing up to receive this ball is perfect. This positioning is amazing. I would here
Oh, yeah, we have like a
maybe
line.
pass up to
Yeah.
me, but I think I personally think cornering this to see what they do, because they have so much speed, right? They can probably cut this.
Yeah.
I think cornering this is totally fine. I think you end up kind of hitting it at an angle that makes things harder for you, because like
Oh,
now
yeah,
what do you do?
I missed.
I guess you can pick it up here again, but then here once again I think you go for this because this hasn't actually formed yet.
Right.
You just you want to default to, like, your stick should be on me by default in these situations, and then you can like flick to these other angles if you need to, but this is the default, so you can just press the button.
I'm just monkey brain corner shoving, you know.
It's all good. It's corner shoving is not bad, but it's not the best option.
Clearly, and then here's me trying to pass you, but like I didn't. It was too late. Like I'm doing everything too late, basically. Like I realized, oh, maybe I should try passing. Oh wait.
I think this was fine. Yeah, I think yeah, you should have passed me sooner.
Right.
But I think this strike is totally good. And then here I can't get to it in time, so I'm just kind of trying to cover the space, make sure they can't get it around me, right? So I'm looking to like pick it up somewhere here and then either send it to you or whatever. I think what I end up hitting it forwards. The reason why is because they're kind of on top of you, and like you don't really have a clear shot.
That's not.
And this I think gets it around him, and I'm looking to maybe let you kill him as well.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about killing him, so whoops. Rio was, I don't know. Nope.
And there's glitch pot. But yeah, you did a good follow up on that. It's if you had secondary, he's dead for sure. And it was free damage, and I think you played it well. Yeah, bang. Good job. Luna pissed me off with this one, but it's all good. Here, genuinely... Okay, well, the correct option is back to Luna while I spread out. Or you could hit it forward, maybe. Luna's doing fucking dumbass Luna things, so it doesn't really apply anymore. But
I think I just straight up miss. Oh no.
Okay, to me, is actually totally fine there. And then, yeah, no, this was great. This was perfect. I fucking Julie Heart you for it. So then here, I think you just corner it, and then we both run in. And then Aimi picks it up here, and they're kind of forced to clear into one of us. So, like... Oh.
I think I missed...
So this is great.
Yeah. I couldn't see my character because of the emote.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Fuck.
Here, actually, I saw it because of this emote. I think you go for this.
I wish I could make the emotes a little smaller, because there have been so many times where like legit I can't see what I'm doing because of the emote. Anyway, yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah. Okay. So here's a concept that is important as well. So that's a great pass, and then I do a bounce pass to you, and I do it that way in order to make sure there's like enough time for me to move forwards, right? Like you don't have to hit it right away until it kind of comes down to you. You can do the same thing to me now. So you want to 1-2 as much as possible. Are you familiar with 1-2ing in soccer?
Like with one foot then the other? No, I guess I'm not.
No. So okay. Here, let me pull up Tactic Strikers real quick, because this is like the core of offense in Omega Strikers. You probably, I mean, you've definitely done this, but just keeping why is this not in my... Do I not have this bookmarked? All right, let me find it. Uh, I think it's pinned in the coaching server. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
Cool. It doesn't matter who the characters are. So 1-2ing is where one person has the ball, right? And you like one person kind of moves forward, you pass, and you move forwards, and then they pass. That's the 1-2. It's
Oh,
the first
okay.
pass is the 1, second pass is the 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's basically just it's a way to move up the field while passing.
Yeah, I think I did. We
So,
did do that a couple times. Not as many as I
mhm,
should have, but yeah.
yeah. So basically, in this sort of spot, um, yeah, doing this and then moving forwards and then receiving the ball is really, really good as forward. Um, and then also, but ideally also then I move forwards again, you pass. It basically is just we're both shuffling forwards back and forth. This, this,
Yeah.
this
That's
until they're screwed.
yeah.
Um, that's kind of if they let us, this is the optimal offense between midfield and forward. We should always be vertical and we should always be 1-2ing up the field until eventually it's just we're in this position and we're passing back and forth until the goalie hard commits to one side and then we just pass to the other and then score.
Yeah. I'm not
Um,
used to being able to do that ever in like randoms. So
hmm
I
You'll
don't.
see in
Yeah.
every single power play in top level play, this is what happens. Once it becomes a 2v3, it is always this. Now
Right.
you can also add the goalie into the mix, and they're kind of going to be hovering over here. And eventually, like once we have this super solid, you can then also kind of go for these as well,
Yeah.
or like this and then move forwards, and then they do this and then move down and then pass and then move forwards and then they do this, and you kind of rotate as three, and instead of 1-2ing, you whatever it would be called if you do the same thing with
And it
three.
allows you to
It
rotate your
triangle offense,
abilities
I
as
guess, is
well.
what it's called.
Yeah. Okay. I'll admit, whenever I kill someone as like Julie in a game, we just don't do anything afterwards because
For sure.
I don't have my abilities and I don't do this because I'm just
Hmm.
used to having to shove it in all the time, most of the time
Hmm.
because of
Yeah, no, you always in a 3v2, you always want to be doing triangle offense. And like I as goalie, I force my team to do it whether or not they want to. And if it doesn't work, the ball gets past us, and then my team flames me, and it's like, no, you just didn't pass the ball when you're supposed
yeah, that makes sense.
to. All right, cool. Let's go back here. But so anyway, the actually, yeah, let me do one more thing because 1-2ing with bounce passes is really strong too. So in this situation where we're kind of close to each other, um, so we have the typical standard 1-2 when we're this spread out, right? Where it's like pass,
Sure.
pass.
Oh, it's just the same
If
thing except
we're
you use the
if we're
wall.
both here,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
exactly.
need a
If we're
little more
both
time.
here,
Yeah,
then you bounce it like this. I move in, and then I bounce it like this. You move in.
interesting.
That
Yeah,
way, because it essentially, if we're if we're this close, our strike cooldowns aren't back up. We can't do this because one of like you'll pass and then I pass back and your strike's not up.
yeah,
But if we do the bounces, it takes longer and essentially lengthens the pass. And so it makes it okay because our strikes are up.
yeah. I need to just
So
I need
ideally,
to practice all this stuff. I don't. I literally like. I don't. I haven't gotten to like higher level comp. So like basically my options for this kind of practice is like custom games where things are so
right.
fast that I can't think about this stuff yet because it's not
Hmm.
again like I can't think fast enough because I'm not used to doing it by default. You know what I mean? So I need to like
Hmm.
do this in a slower
That's
environment
frustration.
before I can do it in a faster environment. Because right now all I'm trying to do is just win strike wars and like force things through when I can, and because of that I'm not playing the game properly. While
Hmm.
everyone else has
This was
like
really good, by the way.
what I do.
This was perfect.
Really? Okay. I thought I fucked up there.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, okay. It was
you
only because.
could have hit it like this maybe if you
Sorry,
knew that this was coming, and
I
then it
say
hits it
that
like this, then you run in, you do that maybe.
I say that only because of the Luna ult there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I guess I should say this is the right idea. I
Yeah.
think
No.
because of this being here and because of Aerial Snack having secondary, this is maybe risky, but I like the idea of passing here. You could have maybe passed to goalie instead, but also Aimee can possibly hit that.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of options here, and this Luna ult is completely grief. But
Okay.
if you were ready for this Luna ult, you could have done
Yeah,
this, and
I
then it
would
hits
have.
it like
If
that.
I knew that, I wouldn't have gone back there because now you're like strike
Yeah.
warring a fucking Luna ult, kind of.
But it works
Yeah,
out,
it works
and
out.
I'm the goat, and so
Right.
we're fine.
It's all good.
And then that was great positioning to pick that up.
Why did I shove it in that direction? I should
Yeah,
have
this should
just.
have been just that.
That's
It's
just.
all good though.
That's. Ugh.
This is actually it's not necessarily bad because in theory, this kind of keeps it on the side where the two of us are. Um, and then if they clear up, you can like secondary it in, right?
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily disagree. Well, no, I did.
Nah,
You
nah.
should
I
just do
should.
this and
Yeah, I
then
agree.
secondary it.
I agree.
You should it should be this and then secondary this way and then primary this way and then possibly passive this way.
Yeah. Dang.
But it's all good. And then okay, so this is something that happens a lot. You kind of commit to the side that I'm already covering. So this is not even necessarily bad as long as you don't do this. Because I'm running to cover this,
Yeah.
so you want to be running to cover this. Basically, they're looking to either get it out this way or this way, and I cannot possibly cover this in time.
Yeah.
And but you can. So ideally, what happens is you see the full formation, and you're not tunneling on the ball, and you recognize, okay, if I move down like this, they have the freest clear of all time.
Right.
But if they clear down, my midfielder can pick it up and give it back to me again.
So I need to go up. Right. There's no.
Yeah.
I just need to move towards that
Ideally, you kind of cut this pass or like cover here and look to cover both this pass and this corner.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess I was.
I would
like,
say, yeah, generally
I
here,
don't know.
after this strike happens, you should be moving like this
Yeah.
or like being here. And then I can run in, pick this up, try to pass it to you, and then you have another shot.
It's clear as day. I'm just trying to do everything right now, and like that, I'm not thinking about you, at all. And then like
Yeah,
I
it's
realize
all
I
good.
can't get that. I'm like, oh well, okay, now what? I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna fuck up. Yeah.
I should have gotten that, but also they should get this.
Yeah.
All good. Nice. Yeah, once again, your dribble angles are just a little too
Aggressive.
yeah, you're losing possession because of how not steep they are.
Yeah.
If it had been this, while you run forwards, you pick it up here, and then you do another one of these, and then they're forced to commit here, and then you can like shoot it secondary. But you kind of give it to the Aimee instead, and you just need to practice moving while dribbling to make sure that you don't lose possession of the ball. Because it's just out of your range.
I just didn't. I already can do that. Just not. I just when there's another player there, I think I was just trying
Yeah,
to
that's
get.
fair.
I was just trying to get it further away, and I know that's still wrong. So it's just a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't need to get it further away. In fact, even if you had done a vertical dribble and then waited and then did another vertical dribble and then waited and then did another vertical dribble, that's good too because it lets me spread out, lets the goalie spread out.
Like so much of this I can attribute to Norms. Like again, like Norms is like I just want to get it away from my goalie. It's far away. It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
like I think I need to stop doing Norms by myself at least.
For sure.
Like Norms.
Yeah, that's fair.
Norms
Or look to practice specific things in norms.
right. Yeah. Like Norms with a teammate where I can practice the things you're teaching me right now would be super helpful.
So then here, this is sort of you're close to the edge, so you can't fully dribble. But you could have maybe done like a one of these and then like ran up and picked up the ball here while it's like going up.
Yeah.
I think here, if you're a midfielder and your forward is here, I think this strike is good to try to force this, and if
Yeah,
they run
run.
down, maybe you win another strike where and get it
I'm
through.
just passing to the goalie here. It's stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Dang.
So yeah, ideally you go for like this and then run up, and then I get to run in, and then you either pass down to me or dribble up or dribble off of this or pass back to the goalie or whatever. You have all these different options, but you need to kind of start going up here. And if you just hit it up, you obviously can't catch it, right? But if you bounce it up and then move up, then you can run with the ball. And you still have possession. But this wasn't a bad option, and then now you can go for this or this, and then run in, and then look for either dribbles off of this or dribbles off of this or scores, depending. But they have core flip, and because they have core flip, they can kind of cover both sides unless you're like right here, and even then they can run in core flip. So if goalie has core flip, you kind of need to set up passes with me, or you need to set up something with your abilities. You have everything up, so you can look to maybe like dribble, dribble,
Yeah.
secondary maybe, but
But
even then, like maybe
no,
they can flip
right
you.
now,
It's just rough. You need to keep possession and maybe bait out the
right
flip.
now, my goal should be to slow down the play so that you can get into position.
Exactly.
Which means I should probably the best target is that corner against the top corner and dribble it back to myself. Because that's further
I
away
think
from the
because
Russians.
it's I me with core flip, this is a little risky, and you should maybe do this instead.
Okay.
But that's kind of a micro thing. Just knowing that in this position you should dribble is the most important thing, because basically what we want to do is go from this position to more like this position. Like
Yes.
because the defensive formation is like goalie, midfield, forward, right? But then ideally we want midfield to move up and then goalie to move up, so that then we have the offensive triangle
Yep.
where we're vertical with each other.
Right.
And the only way to do that is if from this position, you give me time to get vertical with you. And the way to do that is to slow down, like you said.
Yeah. But let's see what I do. It looks like I'm putting the stick down for some reason. I think. What am I doing? What on earth? God damn it.
Let's
Ugh.
see if you could even hit that. You're like slightly too slow to get there. I don't even know if. I think maybe you path a little too much this way instead of this way. And then you could have maybe done this.
Yeah.
But yeah, you also move down a little bit when you strike. I don't know. It's rough, to be honest. The bigger mistake was this strike.
Yeah.
Because if you had hit it more like this, then it's to you for free instead of just relying on them to make a mistake. Because here they kind of just clear this right to you for fun.
Yeah. And then I just.
And maybe you're supposed to catch this, but in theory, if they play it right, you should never catch this anyway. So this isn't the mistake; it's the previous thing.
Okay.
Okay. Well, my Luna griefed me. Like I have this pass, and then Luna just kind of angles it this way instead of this way. All good. At least that's what it looks like. Maybe I griefed it, but oh no, I was trying to hit it down, and they just didn't hit it to you at the right angle. Okay, whatever. I grief that, but it works out. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to do that anyway because Luna can cover that, and I'm whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we get you the ball. All good.
But I was again too. I don't know. I don't know.
This should be this.
You know what? I hate tilting the stick up. I hate dribbling up, and I need to stop. I need to like stop. Like I love dribbling on the bottom, no matter what, even if it's like worse. Like yeah, obviously top is better, but like I'm just used to dribbling down. I don't know how to stop doing that. I don't know.
Just practice it. I don't know. Genuinely, you could just go on practice tool. You could do the thing where you kind of like dribble off the corner and then dribble along here, dribble off
Yeah.
this corner, dribble off this corner, dribble along here, dribble off this corner, dribble off this corner. Just kind of keep doing that.
Oh yeah, I mean I've done those drills. It's more about like it's a psychological issue where I just seem to be more comfortable dribbling on the bottom and will opt to dribble on the bottom when possible, even if it's suboptimal. And I just need
If
to
you
unlearn that
if you
issue.
get the muscle memory good enough that you don't even have to think about it, then what you can do is just in the actual game, you can just think about, you can visualize what you want to happen, and then you don't have to worry about, oh, my hand is doing this, because your hand will just do what you want it to do if you practiced it enough.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But this is a decent follow-up. Uh,
Oh.
okay. So once again, we're in defensive formation. It should be to me, to you, dribble. To me, but not at a great angle to you, and
Luna,
then they
Luna.
cut it. So Luna does this, which
Yeah.
is good.
Okay.
And then you struck a little early, which made it hard to get this. But ideally, you try to take the strike warrior sooner and maybe get that or something. But it's fine. Okay, so once again, okay, this is fine. They hooked me. So, okay, so once again, now defensive formation to me, to you, and then dribble. Good, except that this
Wrong.
dribble is right into the
Yeah.
to the Amy, so it should have been an up dribble.
I agree.
Oops. Okay.
Yeah, especially because it's
So
overtime.
it's the right idea. And then this angle gives it to the goalie.
Yeah.
This angle gives it more to you, and then you can run in and get this. I think that if you had aimed more here, then this is perfect. But this is the right idea. Because if it was more like this, if they glitch pop it here, I think it sends it down and then you score, to be honest. But also it's kind of on the IME to make a mistake here a little bit. But I just, this forces more mistakes than this.
I agree.
Okay, and then once again, up dribble.
Up dribble would have made more sense, but I'm just I
But you are dribbling when you need to in these spots, so that's good. Was that you passing back? Because if so, that was really good.
No, I think that was the Luna.
Okay, well, they shouldn't have hit it right to me. Okay,
What am I
once
doing?
again,
Can we just dribble up?
this should be an up dribble.
Can we do it up dribble, please? God damn.
This ends up working out okay. Let me see if they should have caught this. They should have caught this.
Yeah,
This should be you hit down and then they hit to aerial snack and we lose.
Yeah.
And then he should have ran in and caught that as well, but he didn't. All good.
I should have just up dribbled here, but I went into the corner trying to do something. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, well, it worked, but still, I don't think.
If yeah,
that was-
I
that was
do
re-
think
that was
that
reaching.
this is not as safe of an option.
No, that required Amy to hit it forward a little bit. So
Yeah.
that wasn't.
I think the safer option is this.
Yeah, that
and then you're slightly closer, and then here you can go for this. And then once you're here, Luna has probably dashed in to like do this, and you with the Luna hit this in, and then the Amy dies, and you celebrate while they cry.
Right. Or just do the same thing I did, just closer. Try for the same thing. Dang. Alright, well, at least it's. I'm glad the issue is more so just basics and not the character, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone in and, like, practiced.
So then that should. Oh, I keep
That's
doing
fine.
this
I
by
mean,
mistake.
we could. I get the general idea. I mean, you've
Yeah.
we haven't even gone to the second round, but like you pointed out, so many egregious errors that like, yeah, it's a little embarrassing, honestly.
This guy's just not passing to me. I'm so just pass, just pass, just pass. Oh my
I don't
god.
know, just
Good job. I
that's
kind of grief this. Okay, but then I save it. Bang.
that was nice.
Nice. Oh, that's unlucky. They played that well. That's also fine. Okay. Oh.
Nope, should have been further up.
This is just because if I hit it exactly like this, they can catch this in theory.
Yeah.
So I hit it like this so
Oh,
that you
makes sense.
can run up and catch it here.
I think what I was thinking here is like I'm just thinking about Scandals saying you should harass the midfielder in these situations.
Gotcha.
And I think that's why I'm like chasing after the low HP.
That's if
Yeah.
if goalie is here
Yeah.
and I'm up here and you're like down here and the midfielder is here, you should try to kill them.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. But in this spot, if it's what I'm gonna call defensive stance or defensive position, where it's goalie to
Yeah.
midfield to forward, then you just need to always be
what
ready for this.
what I've traditionally been doing is yes, just staying in between the two so that I'm positioned for pass. In other words, yeah, if I was further up, that's generally what I have been doing. I guess I'm just trying to do what Jack was telling me. And that's why I'm running back here. That's all. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
And yeah, I was just trying to put damage on her.
It was good damage.
Yeah.
This is rough. They could have angled it better. This is just in, probably. Okay, well, yeah, whatever.
I was so focused on just blocking.
Yeah, so this actually does go in if I don't barrage it, I believe.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. And then they could, in theory, strike this like this. This happens so often, by the way, where, like, I'll have the right fucking, like, crazy timing microplay, and then a commentator will be like, "Oh, what a troll barrage!" It's like, no, bitch, fucking strike it out.
What a troll barrage!
No, like I've had Nassau players like look at this exact play and be like, "Oh, the barrage really sealed the fate of that point." It's like, no, bitch, I saved it. See, even I thought it was troll, but looking at it, it was correct. Anyway,
I mean, you didn't go in. I don't see why they would say that, but all right. I mean, the commentators aren't the best players in the room, so like
Well, I'm referring to times when they were like Nassau players, but
okay,
they're also like not paying that much attention to the micro situation because they're not playing.
Yeah.
This I think should have been more like this, and then I can maybe run in.
I agree. I'm just yeah. My bad. I'm just.
And then here, ideally, if this was the plan, hopefully you pick it up here and then hit it to me. Here, you should spread out up a little bit more. Here, because you've put yourself in the midfield spot, right?
Yeah.
So you want to keep this the same thing that I've been doing, where I receive the ball from the goalie to get it to you. You want to do the same thing. You want to kind of set up this equilateral triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you do. You do it a little bit late, so it's a little scary for a goalie, but it's the right option. And then ideally you hit kind of like this so that I can split off and pick it up.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the right idea. And then I win the strike war because I'm the best.
I agree.
Let's see. Yeah, nice. I think you should have been. So I'm already down here picking this up, right? So you should be spreading out this way. Once again, we want to be 1-2ing. So
I'm just missing the Razzles.
you get the ball to me, and then you want to move forward. So you want to move up like this, and then if you had been here, then I win the strike war up to you, and I move forwards. And then we kind of do the same thing, and then we're in an offensive position.
I'm playing norms. I'm sorry. I literally.
You cut out, so I can't hear you. But yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying that before this I was just playing. I need to stop playing norms by myself. I really need to stop. It's making me worse at the game. I need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
It's chill.
Yeah.
But you do see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I'm just doing the thing in norms where I assume the person in front of me is not going to hit it, and I'm just being stupid. I'm stacking on top of you. I agree. Yeah. No, it's being dumb.
All good. And then yeah, I'll finish out this set, and then if you want to play some Well, play some norms or something. I'm down.
Yeah, either norms or I might even go on one of my alts and like ensure
Yeah,
that
that's
we
chill too.
go against like low level players so I can slow down and think.
Yeah, I'm super down for that. That
Well,
sounds fun.
I probably start with norms just to see how many
Yep,
demons are out right now, and then if there are
sure.
a lot of demons, in other words, if we hit an asshole team like I did the other day, which normally I'd be down for, I need to be slow for a bit.
Hmm. Okay, so here this is just I'm just giving you so many examples so you can see it clearly.
Yeah, that's
And then
fine.
this is probably the last one because I'm sure you get the idea by now.
No,
Um,
I
so right here, so this is all fine. This strike, once again, should have been an up dribble.
yeah,
Um,
I can
it's just
tell. I
anytime we're in this formation, you need to dribble so that we can get into
I will
this
tell you what I
formation.
was trying to do, which was I was a long time ago when
Oh, Ultim maybe?
I was trying to
Ultim would actually go hard.
keep the core on the person I'm trying to do damage on, as
That's fair.
what's his
Okay.
name told us in this particular play. That's the.
I see.
But of course,
What?
I also wasn't. I didn't ult. I should have ulted.
Yeah,
whatever.
it's all good. What you wanna so this is all fine, and then actually, with that in mind, this strike is good if you then special here, and then that
I
kills
think
him and
I
kind of
just
dribbles the ball.
I wasn't even aware I had it up. I'm just not thinking. Yeah. Dang. He was in the perfect position too.
It's all good.
He's
But
like,
then here, so this is a situation when people say keep the ball on someone who is low, they do not mean pass to them like this.
okay.
More what they mean is like the goalie should corner clear it, so they're forced to get into a vulnerable position.
I see.
Or I should corner clear it, so they're forced to get into a
I see.
vulnerable
Okay.
position. As the forward, you're not supposed to pass to them.
Okay.
In fact, what you could do is just like hit the ball back to a teammate or up so that it's no longer your responsibility and then kill them.
Yeah. That would have made more sense. Or I could have just ulted, when the perfect opportunity was up, originally.
Yeah, but it's all good. But yeah, so you don't want to go for that. Even though they're low, you don't want to go for that because that doesn't actually help us in any way.
No.
Yeah.
Dang.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you want to keep going over this, or do you want to play the game, or what do you want to do?
I think I get the gist of what I was doing wrong, more or less.
Cool.
Um,
Just so that, just for my own peace of mind, what were the, I guess like two main things that I was drilling in.
Oh, well, one, uh, pass to your forward, and
Sure.
two, the thing about the triangle offensive idea in terms of staying vertical once you do get your forward into position. Just keep in mind like what
Mm-hmm.
that looks like, because that's something I'm not thinking about at all when I'm playing this game. I'm more used to the linear formation where like I'm up front, I'm shoving it while my midfielder's behind me if I screw up. That's what I'm more used to. So
Right.
basically,
Sure.
there's a whole part of the game I'm not even playing because I'm just used to shoving it, and that's clearly
Mm-hmm.
the issue. What happened today, where I wasn't considering that option because again, instead of using you, I was just trying to shove it through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would consider that to be one concept. So that's one of the things I was trying to drill in.
The second
The other
thing
thing,
was
yeah.
dribbling instead of passing to the goalie and or
Mm-hmm.
like dribbling to the other, the safer wall as well. On top of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in order to get us from a defensive triangle to an offensive triangle.
Right. And
Yep.
being more cognizant of when I'm, passing to the opponent with my angling as well, because we
Mm-hmm.
saw that I had the right idea multiple times, but I angled it too far forward, and then I was just
Right.
passing. So, okay,
Mm-hmm.
those are like three things I
Yep.
need to keep track of, I guess.
That's pretty much it.
dang. And had I known all that, I think those games would have gone a lot better.
I mean, here's the thing. Genuinely, there's plenty of very, very good forward players who don't do this well enough still. So, if you can get this down, it's like you're not just improving a little bit. You're like immediately jumping way up.
Yeah. Part of the problem is I haven't been able to play in like higher levels yet. Because
Mhm.
in terms of comp, I've only gotten to low diamond, and I'm sure these things are common knowledge once you get challenger and stuff.
Mhm.
You're playing challenger games. I'm not.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm just.
Honestly, I've mostly learned this stuff from watching top level players and also from playing goalie in so many matches where I see the same situations over and over again while I'm kind of in a position where I can just watch.
Yeah. And you certainly
Um,
notice the games where you don't have to do as much work. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You pick up on
Yeah.
what they're doing. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess I could try one. Honestly, I feel pretty lethargic today. I didn't eat enough for dinner. Like that's probably part of the problem. But I'm still willing to try if you're willing to try. But that
Okay.
we can also save it for a different day if you prefer. That's up to you. I'll let
It's
you know.
totally up to you. I'm ready to play right now. But if you're not feeling up for it, I will still be around in the future. So
Man, I think I want to try just to end it on a positive note. I think because I've been
Okay.
losing all day long. Let me go ahead and set up my mic and all that. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe I don't need my mic. Let me. Well, I'll move the mic. I don't know. What do you think? Should I be on mic? I get distracted really easily when I'm on mic, so maybe I'll jump off mic. Or maybe what if I was just on mic but I didn't say anything, and then if you needed to tell me anything, I would just listen. Maybe that would be better.
that works.
Okay, I'll do that.
Cool.
All right, I just need to set everything up back to how I had before, so I'll be ready in like 2-3 minutes or something like that. Is that
Cool.
okay?
No rush.
Okay.
Just let me know.